Hello, everyone. Happy Makers Monday, my biz buds. Today we are talking about how early is too early for prepping for Christmas and the holidays in your shop. So, this is a hot topic of discussion. You guys actually had a lot of really interesting things to say when I asked for feedback before before I pre-recorded these, so I'm excited to share those and some of my tidbits. So here we go. I personally would say it's never too early, but I'm also like an excessive planner, so so it kind of falls into two categories. If you are only doing retail, like you are selling directly to the customer, I think you can take a little bit more time on this and probably, start thinking about it beginning of fall, I guess, if you wanted. But if you're doing wholesale, you definitely, like at the beginning of fall at the latest. But if you're doing wholesale, you need to be thinking about it like way before, because people are shopping for that kind of stuff. Stores are shopping for that stuff in the summer. So sometimes even like right after Christmas, they're stocking up for next year. So it just depends what your situation is. I would say for me personally, we're done with our Christmas designs, and I'm recording this on July 13th. And that was mostly because of trying to prep for maternity leave, but also like that was a good time for me in general. I know a lot of people do Christmas in July stuff where they put their Christmas stuff on sale, or put their Christmas stuff up and then have certain sales and stuff to kind of do like a mini pre-launch, and then everything's ready to go for the holidays by December, which is cool. And yeah, I think especially one thing to consider especially is that as you get closer to the holidays, shipping becomes more expensive. Not only just shipping out to customers, but getting your items shipped to you, the cost of the items might increase. The delay in getting it shipped to you might increase. So if you're like, if you're getting your boxes and stuff from Clearbags or Uline or whatever, their shipping times might increase, or they might get out of stock of something. So whenever you are listening to this, if it is before Christmas and the holidays and you notice that you're low on a certain thing, go get it now. This is my reminder, go get it now. We definitely ran out of our clear bags that hold our ribbon, gift tags and ribbon. So I made sure to get a bunch of those ahead of time so that we didn't run into the same issue. So that being said, so making sure not only are you stocked with your product, but also your shipping things. And then if you wanted to do some sort of like holiday themed packaging, now would be a great time to sort that out as well. Sort out like if you need to get samples of things or figure out costs. Places might be having sales in the summer, whereas they're not going to have sales closer to Christmas. Like if you're looking like clear bags, I think about once a month they'll have like 30% off bags or whatever. Or if you're using Sticker Mule for stickers, sometimes they'll have like 50 stickers for $19, which is like an insane deal. So you can troll the deals and get the most bang for your buck if you are planning ahead. So that's another benefit as well. So things to do to plan for your holiday is like notice trends. If you are shopping on Etsy, they do send out a trend report, if you're not shopping, if you're selling on Etsy, they do send out a trend report, which is really helpful. Start looking at magazines and things like that like last year citrus was really hot. This year I think it's kind of like those cactus and desert colors is really popular. So what kind of things are speaking to people? What kind of things are going to be trendy? What kind of things, try to think about what is going to sell well. You got to make them. You've got to figure out your packaging if you're adding any new kinds of items. And you've got to figure out if you're doing any special gift wrap or promotions. It helps to know like what promotions you might want to offer for Black Friday or whatever, so that you can make sure it works with your margins and you're not like, oh no, I need to set a promotion 20% off, but then you're not actually making enough money to make it worth it. So those would be my biggies. And I'm going to read from your all's comments as well. So Kristen from Kristen Murphy, she says, I start my holiday prep in July. I like to get my audience excited by doing a Christmas and July sale on my custom ornaments and holiday items from the previous Christmas season. Love it. So also a great way to filter through the old stuff, make some room for the new stuff. That's awesome. She said a tip that she found from another artist who she can't remember, is have a big sale on Labor Day weekend. This is the only time of year that her commissions are on sale. She says, I typically make them 15 or maybe 20% off. And it's kind of my push to get people to order their holiday commissions early. This is a great idea because so often it's like, oh, it's December. I would love a custom portrait of my entire extended family, please. And it's like, well, time is of the essence. And that's probably not going to happen. People are probably booked up. So not only reminding your audience like, hey, plan ahead if you want a nice custom portrait. But this is like getting it on your list so that you can manage your time appropriately in the coming fall. So I love that idea. They get a great discount. They get their order in early, which means less people asking on December 1st if she can get a portrait done by Christmas. That being said, it's hard with commissions to prepare for the holidays. She has a custom ornament that she does painting for as well. And this year she's thinking about capping it so that just for sanity, it's not as hectic. And then Susan from Sunaheta, she types ABP, always be prepping, which I think is adorable and true. So mentally, physically, brainstorming, product planning, shows, etc. Find where your customers are shopping, get your stuff into those stores. So very, very cool. Always be prepping. I like that. And then Nicole says, I know I need to plan and prep early, but when to actually start the content about the holiday is something else entirely. I don't want to be sick of the holidays before they even get here, So yeah, I totally agree. You don't want to like be having, also if you're like sort of becoming like a grid snob like me, like I wouldn't say I'm a grid snob, but like I want it to look a certain way. And I feel like if I were to throw in all my Christmas stuff around July, it would be like, I don't know if that's like the vibe I'm wanting it to go in. And so a lot of what I will do is I will share peeps of the progress and the process behind the scenes stuff in my stories. And you can even do reels too. And just make sure that the cover, if you do a cover image and you're putting it on your grid, it like is something that doesn't feel too like Christmassy or whatever. Lean in, I don't know, go for it. But yeah, I think, I do it like kind of more behind the scenes, peep it as I'm making it and as I'm getting, like, as I get the tangible products in and stuff like that. But then I won't start sharing content about it. Our launch for our Christmas products is, November 4th, I think, whatever that first Thursday in November is. So I will be sharing probably starting November 1st. I'll switch over to holiday stuff because I feel like our launch was like for Christmas stuff last year was end of October, and it just felt like a little too cramped with the Halloween stuff. And I don't know, I wasn't ready for it. I feel like my audience wasn't quite ready for it, but I feel like once those red cups of Starbucks come out, then it's time, right? No, I don't know. So, yeah, so I'm going to see how that goes. I'll keep you posted. But I totally agree. I don't want to like slam people with a bunch of like red and green right around, I don't know, August or something. Somebody here says no earlier than September, which I would push back against that just because maybe you don't show it until as early as September, I guess. But depending on if you're doing wholesale or whatever, I think it just depends. But I would say definitely earlier is better. And then, yeah. So And then, oh, Annie's getting married right before, Annie from Sweet Annie's Bakery is getting married right before Christmas. Congratulations. But she says it's never too early. She still wants to do something. Last year she did an advent calendar, which I love. That's so fun. So yeah, that would be another thing. Like, think about what your like sales tactics are going to be. Like, what are your deals for the like Thanksgiving weekend shopping bonanza? Are you going to offer something new that's like for December? Or and I think an advent calendar would be super fun. Are you doing any sort of special types of promotions or deals or whatever? Oh, and that's another thing, like Christmas stuff. Like, I'm gonna have my like themed Christmas things come out in November, but I also think that we're gonna try to do a launch of just like little nifty gifties, like great stocking stuffers that can be added in that don't have to do with Christmas. Because I don't know about you, but like I don't really need a Christmas notepad that's like check your list once or twice, like or like don't get the coal in your bucket. I don't know, whatever. Like, I don't need like Christmas themed. I like to have some Christmas stuff so people can decorate, like prints and greeting cards and things like that. I want to have that early because people are getting that early. But then what are people buying to give to people isn't usually like Christmas themed things. So I wanted to get like just some fresh nifty gifties in the shop that people could shop. So it'll probably be like notepads, stickers, and I don't know, probably notepads and stickers. So we'll see. But yeah, those are my little tips and tricks. It was great hearing from all of you folks who sent in your answers. Those are really helpful. I'm like 100% going to use that commissions tip for Labor Day. Because that's awesome. And that was definitely my problem that I ran into last year. It was too many commissions around the holidays. So anyway, those are my tips and tricks, and some from your colleagues. And I'll see you next week. If you are not a part of the BizBuds newsletter, go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter. You will get a weekly digest of all the content that we have. I have a blog about making sure you're set for the holidays that has like a nice handy handout. So things like that will be delivered right to your door. So if you're on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you're on YouTube, the link is below. If you are on my website, there's also a form below that you can do to join. So I will see you next week. Thanks, BizBuds. Have a great week.